Hippolyta. Our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But, oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate. Stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword and won thy love doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key. With pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Oh, full of vexation come I, with complaint against my daughter, Hermia.
Stand forth, Demitrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And, my gracious Duke, this hath bewitched the bosom of my child.
Thou Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy, with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart. Turn her obedience, which was due to me, to stubborn harshness.
And, my gracious Duke, be it so she will not here before your grace consent to marry with Demitrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death. According to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demitrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demitrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth. Examine well your blood. Whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun.
So will I grow. So live, so die, my lord ere I will yield my virgin patted up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause. And by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demitrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demitrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! True he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demitrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes are in every way fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demitrius's. And what is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I then not prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch to his head, made love to Nader's daughter Helena, and she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon the spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demitrius thought to have spoke thereof, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demitrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. Come, my Hippolyta. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Like for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest in mine eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either is different in blood,
Oh, cross too high to be enthralled too low?
or else misgrafted in the respective years,
Oh, spite too old to be engaged too young?
or else it stood upon the choice of friends,
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes?
or if sympathy weren't a choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentous as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collie night, that in his spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere man hath the power to say, behold. The jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
Then true lovers never have been crossed. Stands as an edict in destiny. And let us teach our child patience, because it is a customary cross. True love is thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, or fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow want, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance for a morn of May, I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander,